Konami is coming back hard with Metal Gear Solid in 2025. We are in the beginning phases of the Metal Gear Solid franchise making a return to the heights it once ruled, with a full remake of Snake Eater, a Master Collection Volume 2 in development, and early signs of what could be Metal Gear Solid 6. Let's break down what Konami is doing right now and where this franchise could be heading next. So let's start off, of course, with the Snake Eater remake, which is what fans have been waiting for a long time. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Remake Delta launches August 28, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC. It's a full remake, not a remaster, but in Unreal Engine 5 with all of its different technicalities like completely photorealistic visuals, dynamic lighting, new environmental detail, and two gameplay styles, modern over-the-shoulder third person and the legacy original fixed camera. And that's great news because Konami isn't just making this for new players, they're giving the veterans the experience they remember. Now the story is exactly the same, the voice acting is from the original game, now with reimagined controls and deeper AI, better physics, and yes, the return of Snake vs Monkey. Now we also have the Master Collection Volume 2 that's very much likely in development. This is actually a remastering of the older games. Some games will just be straight ported onto the new consoles, just like Master Collection Volume 1. Now this new collection will likely bring Peace Walker, Portable Ops, and Metal Gear Solid 4 to modern systems. Now the titles included in this yet are not confirmed along with the game itself, but Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot remastered on our modern consoles will be a massive thing in itself, because Metal Gear Solid 4 has never been playable outside of the PS3, so bringing it back to the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 6 and the PC would be phenomenal. But what about looking forward into the Metal Gear Solid franchise? Well, it's very likely that Konami have had talks about continuing Metal Gear Solid with Metal Gear Solid 6. However, this is just pure speculation. I can almost guarantee they have definitely had talks about it, but it seems like they're relying heavily on these remasters and the remakes of the older games to start seeing just how much fan interest there still is, and if they can get new players on board to then go all in with the Metal Gear Solid 6 game. And according to a few insider conversations and dev chatter, they're already laying the groundwork, especially if Delta and the Master Collection perform well. Now if they do go forward with a new title, it likely won't involve Hideo Kojima, of course, but Konami could still explore a post Metal Gear Solid 4 continuation of the timeline, a prequel set during the boss's prime, or even a new protagonist tied to the wider universe. There is a lot of space to innovate here, especially if they leverage Unreal Engine 5 and next gen hardware the right way. Now with a new era of Metal Gear Solid, there comes new technology that Konami is utilizing behind this MGS comeback. So Unreal Engine 5 is the engine that they're using to make the Snake Eater remake with all of its new AI features and visual upgrades, but it also means Konami is stepping away from their old Fox engine and leaning into the tools that support photogrammetry, real-time lighting, nanite and lumen, and advanced stealth AI behavior. And for a stealth game, that's absolutely everything. It means guards that can actually learn how you move, environments that deform or respond to noise, and systems that can finally modernize stealth in a way we haven't seen since Splinter Cell Blacklist. Now looking even further into the future, we are going to ask the question, could Metal Gear go fully simulated into the next gen? If Konami plays the long game and Metal Gear Solid 6 drops in the PS6 generation, we could be talking about dynamic weather that changes infiltration routes, enemies that remember failed captures, missions that evolve in real time based on prior runs, AI companions that grow based on your command history, and then you add in the advances with cloud computing and you've got the potential for emergent stealth systems where nothing plays the same twice. That's the kind of innovation that could make the next Metal Gear title not just a comeback, but a redefinition of what it means to be a Metal Gear Solid game. So now let's talk about what's likely going to be the next big massive Metal Gear Solid game after Snake Eater, which is a likely full remake of the original Metal Gear Solid. This makes sense as it's the next major entry in the timeline and arguably the most iconic. Unlike Snake Eater, which already had a solid foundation, the original Metal Gear Solid was a PS1 title with fixed camera angles and tank controls. Rebuilding it from scratch would be a monumental task, but rumors suggest Konami is considering this as one of its most ambitious projects yet. Imagine Shadow Moses island reimagined with Unreal Engine 5, featuring dynamic weather, destructible environments, and AI that adapts to your tactics. This wouldn't just be a remake, this could once again, like the original Metal Gear, redefine what the stealth genre is in the next generation. Now let's look beyond Konami of the future of the stealth and espionage genre. As Konami is revitalizing Metal Gear, other developers are pushing the boundaries of stealth and espionage in gaming. And let's start with Hideo Kojima himself, the mastermind behind Metal Gear, with his new game Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, set to release on June 26 in 2025. This sequel continues to blend unique gameplay mechanics with a compelling narrative. And of course, we do have someone in the game that looks a lot like Snake and will likely be his spiritual successor, so I'm very excited to see what that storyline is going to be in Death Stranding 2. We then also have another game by Hideo Kojima, the game known as PHYSINT, which is Kojima's upcoming action espionage game in collaboration with Sony, which aims to blur the lines between films and games, offering a next generation experience. We also have Black State, developed by Motion Blur. This third-person shooter boasts stunning visuals and high performance, immersing players in a world where a secret scientific organization sends you on a mysterious mission to rescue captives and uncover the truth behind a cataclysmic event. And you're going to be going through doors which are portals to different worlds or environments that are completely different to the last one. It very much looks like a time travel Metal Gear Solid game with a little mix of that Splinter Cell Blacklist gameplay. And then we have EVR Studios' Project TH, which is set in a near future unified Korea, combining stealth elements with a rich narrative. This game actually features some very big actors, some that were seen in Squid Game, and it is a third-person shooter, but EVR Studios is also trying to blur the line between games and movies, as this takes the ultra-realistic approach when it comes to graphics and cinematics. But it seems Konami has a lot of competition, as they have been sleeping on Metal Gear Solid for a long time, just like they're sleeping on Castlevania, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! Single player games, goddammit. And I want to ask, do you think Kojima will work with Konami? If they were to ask him to help with Metal Gear Solid 6, do you even think that Kojima could get the rights back for Metal Gear Solid if this new phase of Metal Gear Solid doesn't do as well as Konami expects? And where would you want Metal Gear Solid 6 set? As a prequel or as a sequel? Let me know in the comment section below. And guys, I wanted to announce the Witch Hunt collection, which is going to be the first collection that will be available on the Balboa Club store when it launches. This specific collection is inspired by the Witcher series and the dark fantasy genre. This is a brand that I've really wanted to make for a long time. I didn't just want to make merch, but I wanted to make something special, something that mixes the really cool designs of the wrestling world with the things that we love the most, video games. And of course, the first design had to be inspired by my favorite game of all time, The Witcher 3. So this is something special that I've created for you. I want you to join the club, and I will announce when the store is about to launch through this channel. Now we're even going to TikTok and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and join the Balboa Club today. Bye bye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.